I am Abbey. I am a musician, an artist from Nairobi, Kenya. Born and raised here. I have been in this music business or industry for about 10-15 years. And right now I'm running a studio. It's called the Indigo Productions. I'm very happy to be at this moment experiencing a workshop with a Danish production team. Two people have come from Denmark who are very good at their job. One is Ronnie and the other one is Mats. And they have spent 2 weeks with the Indigo production team where Kibi, Steve and Willie, who are on my team, have been very active in exchanging ideas. I've been doing Afro-based albums like Afro-fusion albums or Afrobeat albums. This is where I come from. I play the sound of my people. But right now I feel, well, it's time to just experiment or express the global experiences within me.
We're gonna do an overhead setup for the boom booms and the stuff, and then close mic the drums as well with the it's just a standard Shure drum microphone, pretty much used everywhere.
My idea of going here was to kind of trying to unite the ways of doing world music and the ways of working with mainstream music in Denmark, and kind of bringing the flavors back without it being too traditional, because we kind of to make people want to listen more to these kind of flavors and more of the stuff that's been offered down here.
It's a good experience. You learn a lot. Yeah, we teach each other like this some African stuff that they want to do, like what we're doing right now, the drums, whatever. They want to get African sounds, African grooves, and we learn a lot from their skills also, because they're pretty good. They're up there in the market, and it's good for us because at the end of the day, we get to better our skills and we get to aim higher.
In Denmark, there's a real clear border between being a sound engineer and being a musician. Like you're an art creator, or you're like a post-production, like working with post-production. And my job has always been working in the finishing line, like mixing and mastering. And down here, the barrier has been really floating out, and it's kind of a gray area because these guys are also musicians. It kind of have shown me that if that border can disappear, you work in a much more creative way.
Human being, come on, man. That's it.
There's always a finger pointing, but it always points away from you. I wonder why.
A moment of silence, kifo cha tangazo cha ukabila. Heri ningekuwa DSTV nikuonyeshe ma Al Jazeera, ma foreign media ati mtaani kuna noma. Heri wewe ungekuwa clear kama maji safi, ideology safi kama bilauri. Mbona unajificha behind the tinted windows? Unaficha nini? Heri ningekuwa kama drum beat ya the jembe drum, ili niweze kukuimbia nyimbo za uzalendo na umoja. Hey, can't you still feel the heat of reality burning under the bottom of your seats? Heri ungekuwa kiatu nivalie in search for peace and love and harmony.
I'm tuning them. I'm trying to look for the sound that suits me, or suits my soul. You know, it's nice to do a thing that our ancestors used to do a long time ago, which was so spiritual, so energetic, and so teaching. Nowadays, the music of today is not teaching you anything at all. It was a nice feeling for me to go on the root side of life, because somehow it is the life. Root is life. Because without the root, you can't have the whole tree. Being this part of family, oh my baby. some certain magic that is inside the music. You have to be a magician to get it done.
Here it's just the whole atmosphere. This is like a little, state, you know, in the state that is isolated from the rest of Nairobi, where people are just walking around and getting ideas. And when they get an idea, they go to the studio and track it. And that's really nice because you're not forced to do anything. It's like when you get it, you do it.
One single smile, then everything brightens.
To be quite honest, they amaze me with the passion they have already for their work. And even with these Mads and Ronnie coming, they have equally the same amount of passion. Hey, I got nothing to do but just to say, hey, do you want the studio? And they're fighting for the studio. So that's beautiful.
People, places, faces, dresses, cases.
Working with Abby has been really amazing because Abby is so, I don't know the word, but like kind of self-contained within his music. He's in this world, and when he's in the mood for a song, when you give him a production like a beat or something to work on, he totally like closes his world, and everything evolves about this mood and this vibe in the song. And he doesn't leave that world before he has a project or an idea. And that's an amazing way of doing it.
I've just expanded the spectrum of my expression. I feel like I am at the point where I am singing in a new voice that before I was not using every day. And I feel very comfortable with it. I feel like it's just me, you know? So there is expansion vocally, there is expansion mentally, there is expansion emotionally.
Let's fly away, let's fly away.
It's very interesting to make new sound, to make sound that before I thought I couldn't make, and also the experience of going to places where before I couldn't get there on my own, but together with Ronnie and Mads, we get there. And together with the few wonderful days of learning and exchange with my team, everything seems to be working where we are all going to a place where before we couldn't get to.
Sure, what you make me feel, I am sure, I think I see. I am sure, what you make me feel.
It's good. With Abby and Ronnie, there's been a product, and of course I really want that product to develop. And getting it signed and getting some airplay for the product would be amazing. To kind of going back to the concept and the main idea of breastfeeding the European people with the African flavors, right? Throughout a music style that they're used to and something that they've already used to listening to.
It will be big. I think it will be bigger than we expect.
You drive me crazy, crazy, crazy.